Another live with Arnon. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see all of you. I'm looking forward to this session. So I've got two cameras here, so just bear with me, guys. I'm bouncing between Instagram and Facebook. So very excited to be here. First of all, I hope all of you are well. Hope all of you are doing great. Increase the light here. Okay, much better. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're excited. Summer is around the corner, even though it's looking kind of gray here in the Netherlands right now. Summer is around the corner. So very excited about that. So, today's another session, Words of Wisdom with Arnon. And so I'm excited about the topic that we're going to be talking about. Eliosa, hello, nice to see you. Very cool. I'm excited about the session we're going to be talking about. I've been coaching and training business owners for years and years and years. And some of you might know my story. You know that I started my first own little business when I was 11 years old. And then I eventually built my first multi-million euro company and sold it by the age of 28. And for the last few years, a lot of people have come to me for coaching and training because they want to grow their businesses. They want to grow their companies. And so one of the key things that I always say to people, especially when it comes to growth, there's different ways to grow your business, okay? And there's what I call, there is the way to grow your business from an internal perspective and an external perspective. Timo, good to see you. So there's different ways to grow your business. You can grow it from internal, what I call internal growth, and from external growth. What is internal growth? Internal growth, from my perspective, Harry, Eliona, good to see you guys, good to see you. When I talk about internal growth, the way you can grow your business is by putting in the hours. Picking up the phone, marketing on social media, and literally fighting for market share. Okay? That is one way you can grow the company. And by the way, that's how most people grow their businesses. They market on Google, they market on Facebook, they market on Instagram, they market on LinkedIn, they put marketing, they create a YouTube channel, and they promote and talk about their products, their services. Now, that's definitely one way. Nicola, good to see you. Nicola, yeah, good to see you. But one of the things I want to talk about today, hello, Mugs, good to see you. One of the things I want to talk about today is that how can you grow your business through something called M&A? Mergers and acquisitions. So, as some of you already know my background, for years I've been building my own companies, starting from zero, building them up, generating a lot of revenue, adding tremendous value to the marketplace, and then either selling the business or keeping the business. But it's all started pretty much from ground zero, where there was no product, no service. I had an idea and I got involved in the project or invested in in an idea, and then built the company up. Now that is one way to grow your business, right? However, there is a different way to do it, okay? And that is through mergers and acquisitions. Today, with my experience, the gray hairs, I understand the importance, Kyle, good to see you. I understand the importance of growing your business through acquisition. So what does that mean? If I take a step back and I look at myself, first of all, right now, as we are speaking, as I'm coming to you live right now, me and my team, co-founders, co-owners, we are currently looking at acquiring 22 businesses. That's right. I'm currently, as we speak, in the process of acquiring 22 companies. Now, buying 22 companies is not a project that happens overnight, not over a week, not over a month, not even over a year. this project that I'm engaged in is a 4 to 5 year project. So what I'm doing is I'm buying businesses one at a time, and basically I'm bolting them onto my business. And that is a fantastic way to grow your business. A lot of people think the only way to grow my business is to do more marketing, more sales, hire more people, add more value. And yes, that is all true. That is one way to grow your business. But another way to grow your business is to simply go out and acquire or buy another business. So for example, I have a client who I love coaching. He is a real champion. And one of his businesses is building saunas. Building saunas. He's based in Scandinavia. I mean, this guy is a champion, and he's got beautiful hands. He creates these amazing saunas. And one of the strategies that we're going to implement potentially in the right time is we're going to look at acquiring businesses that are going to support his business. So maybe think about this, okay? So imagine if you were someone who has a sauna building business, right? So let's say you have a sauna company. Instead of trying to go out now and grow your company, look who's your competition, or look who are the competitors in your market, and see which ones are opportunities that you could acquire, you could buy. Now, some of you are sitting there right now and you're saying, whoa, hold on, Arnon. So you're telling me right now is that instead of me actually growing my business, I should go and do acquisitions and buy similar businesses like my business. The answer is yes. It is definitely something you should explore, because here's the reality. Sometimes it takes 10, 20 years to build a business up. Listen carefully now. I'm going to say something very important. Sometimes it can take 5, 10, 15, 20 years to build your company. And imagine it took you 20 years to build a company that's making 1 million euros or 1 million pounds or $1 million a year. Okay, so think about this. It took you 20 years to build a $1 million, $1 million euro, $1 million pound company, 20 years, and you're only doing 1 million. But if you come from a different perspective, you could buy that business in 3 months, in 6 months, in 12 months. You could acquire a business that is already doing 1 million euros, that has taken 20 years to grow, and you could buy that business in a much shorter amount of period of time. Now here's the key. But Arnon, I don't have 1 million euros to buy the business. I don't have that kind of money. I understand. One of the things that I teach, and this is something I also coach on, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek into what we do, is learning to buy businesses using OPMs, other people's money. Okay, OPMs, other people's money. So the same way as you would go buy a house and you would go to the bank, we hate the banks, by the way, but if you go buy a house, the bank will say to you, okay, we will put 90% or 80% as a payment. You pay the 10 or 20% difference. So you're using that strategy as leverage to buy the house. Now, please remember this. Wealth principle. Here's a wealth principle. Listen closely. Wealth principle. One of the secrets to create wealth is to use leverage. Leverage. You need leverage. That's why real estate has created more millionaires than any other asset class until now. Because it's all about leverage. You put in 10% of your own money or 20% of your own money, and the bank puts in the rest. The bank puts in the 80 or the 90%. So there's tremendous leverage. But how can we take that model and implement it in acquiring or buying a business? In other words, creating a merger or an acquisition. Well, it's very simple. You use OPMs, other people's money, and you buy a business. Let me give you an example. Right now, as we speak, I'm about 4 or 5 weeks away from closing on a business. This business does 2.4 million pounds. It's based in the UK, so I have a UK company, right? I am buying a business in the UK. This business does 2.4 million pounds. I've agreed to buy the business from the owners for 1.955 million, okay? But this 1.955 million, almost 2 million, let's call it 2 million. This 2 million that I'm paying for the business, I'm doing two things. Number one, I'm only paying a small piece of that 2 million up front. Okay, I'm only buying that business for 500,000 pounds up front. So I'm not putting the whole 2 million pounds when I buy it. I'm only putting a little bit up front when I buy it. And the other 1.5 million that is outstanding, I'm paying it over a 4-year period. So I'm making installments, which means that now, listen closely, now I am going to grow the business. I'm going to accelerate the profitability of the business, and the business is going to buy the business. Does that make sense, guys? Now, there's still a few things that I've got to obviously add here, but what's important for me in this short live, that you get the bigger picture. By the way, if this makes sense, just give me a thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up. If this makes sense and you understand what I'm saying, just give me a thumbs up so I know you can hear me, that you're connected and you understand what I just said. The business is 2 million. I'm buying it for 500,000 from day one. I'm putting 500,000 on the table, but the other 1.5 million, I'm spreading over a period of 3-4 years. So I don't have to, it's not coming out of my pocket. Now, let's take a step back. You're probably sitting there and you're saying, but Arnon, I don't even have 500,000. I understand. You don't need to have 500,000. What you need to have is creativity, commitment, and desire to raise the capital. Now, in my case, I have 500,000 pounds. In fact, I have a lot more than that. But I'm not going to use all of my money, okay? What I'm actually doing is I am raising capital from investors and people who want to loan money to me. And what I do is I give them a percentage of interest on the money that they loan me, and I'm using the business as collateral to secure their loan. So in fact, I am buying right now a business for 2.4 million, but actually I'm only going to be putting of my own money, because I'm going to put in a little bit, I'm only going to put in 50,000 pounds of my own money. So I'm putting 50,000 pounds to buy a 2.4 million a year business. Now, again, you might say, oh, but I still don't have the 50,000 pounds. That's not the point. The point that I want every single one of you to understand, number one, is one of the greatest ways to grow your business is not to grow your business. It is to go out and buy somebody else's business, and it's called a bolt-on, and to bolt it on to your business. So in other words, if you have a business that is, let's say, write what businesses you guys have. Write in the comment box, what businesses do you guys own? Just write in the comment box, and I'll give you an example of a business you could look to buy and do a merger and an acquisition with that business that's going to add tremendous value to your current business. Okay? So what businesses do you guys have? Just write in the comment box. Just give me an idea. Doesn't matter, whatever it is. Whatever business you're in. Okay? Let's see. So, right, you're in the real estate business. Timo says, I'm in the real estate business. Let's take the real estate business. One of the problems, if you're buying real estate, you probably need to have a management company to manage your business, right? Because you're not going to be managing the tenants. You're not going to be managing the monthly payments. You're not going to be managing the maintenance that needs to be done in the properties. So here's the key. We set a milestone. Let's say we say, okay, I'm in the real estate business, I'm buying property and I'm renting it out, creating passive income, which will lead to financial freedom, right? That's what we want. We want financial freedom. So if I buy a property, I need to put tenants in the property. If I put tenants in the property, I am going to go and I'm going to pay a management company to manage the property, because I don't want to be managing it. I don't want to deal with that shit. I want to be on the beach drinking my mojito, my water, okay? But what happens is you're going to be paying this management company a fee every single year, every single month. And it's probably around 10, 12, 15% of the rent. So you have to pay them 10, 12, 15%, 10, 12, 15%, 10, 12, 15% every single month. And so one of the key things we want to do is we want to create a break-even situation where we're acquiring 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 properties, and eventually, instead of hiring the management company and paying them to manage our 2, 3, 4, 5 properties, we actually buy the management company. So now they belong to us. So now they're managing our properties for free. But now they've also got a portfolio of another 10, 20, 50 properties that they're managing. And that turns into extra cash flow to the business and to you, that you as an investor can use as more leverage to buy more houses. Does this make sense, guys? If this makes sense, just give me a thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Now again, the message and the idea that I want to get across to you guys, mergers and acquisitions are phenomenal ways to grow your business, to grow your revenue, to grow your profits, to grow your bank account. Okay? So today, I will not start a business from zero. I just won't do it. If I want to start a business, I will go out, identify the businesses that are out there that I'm interested in, and I will go and buy them. Now, here's the thing. Here's something you guys don't know, or probably don't know. Listen closely. Over 80% of businesses do not have, number one, a succession plan in place. In other words, there's nobody to take the business over when the owners get too old or too tired. They want to get rid of the business. Over 80% of businesses don't have someone to take over the business, A. And B, most businesses, they don't have a succession plan in place. But not only that, most businesses, the employees in the business do not want to buy the business. So that means that if you decide to step into the realm or to grab the opportunity to explore buying businesses, doing mergers and acquisitions, you become a beast. You become a monster very fast. Why? Because A, not a lot of people are doing it. B, there are more sellers than there are buyers. Listen carefully what I just said. There are more sellers than there are buyers. So imagine if there are so many sellers of businesses, but there are very few buyers. Does that give the advantage to the buyer or the seller? It gives the advantage to the buyer, because I can cherry pick, which means it gives me tremendous leverage when I'm negotiating. And so that's where you can come to a table where there's a seller who says, I want to sell my business, and you can really negotiate good terms. You're right, Nicola, yes. The buyer has the advantage. So you can really negotiate good terms when you buy the business. And so right now I'm buying 22 companies. They're around 2 to 5 million each. So let's call an average of, let's just say 3 million. 3 million times 22, that's 66 million in acquisitions. And I'm going to do it mostly, over 95%, using other people's money. Using loans, using angels, using investors, using banks as well. But the reality is, and this is my point, if you want to grow your business, open your mind to acquiring somebody else's business. Number one, it's taken them 20 years to build that business. Do you have 20 years to build a business? Why would you even spend 20 years to build a business? At the end of the day, what do most people want? Most people want to be happy. Most people want to create wealth. Most people want to have freedom. And so instead of going out and fighting for that growth. Just be intelligent, be strategic, be smart, get a great coach, hire someone who's doing it, read a couple of books. By the way, I've got a great book I'm going to recommend to all of you in a minute. I've got a great book here I'm going to recommend to you guys, give you a little bit more value. But here's the reality. Save yourself time. Timo, it's an eye-opener. Don't worry, we're going to be talking about this. We'll get there. First, we're going to strengthen the company right now, but we'll get there. Don't worry. Exciting. So, again, I just wanted to do this quick session just to inspire you guys, to open your mind, to get you thinking in a little bit of a different direction so you can get a little bit of a feeling and an understanding that there are different ways to grow a business. Yes, you can grow a business organically, market, pick up the phone, knock on the door, meeting, and you can fight for market share. That's one way of doing it. Or you can do what I'm doing. I just go out and buy market share. No right or wrong, no good or bad. It's just a different way of doing things. So I hope you guys got value from this session. Please, if you enjoyed this session, in a moment, I'm going to post this on social media. It's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on Instagram. If you enjoyed the session, please go back to my wall. Tag someone that's a business owner, that's an entrepreneur, someone that wants to do well in the space of entrepreneurship or business. Tag that person so they can watch this video. This could be one of the greatest gifts you can give someone, to open their mind and educate them on different ways to create wealth, to create happiness, and to create financial freedom by owning and buying businesses. So guys, here's the book that I want to recommend to all of you, and then we're going to wrap it up. This book, it's an old book. It was written by a guy called Guy. The gentleman that wrote the book, his name is Guy Kawasaki. Guy Kawasaki. My friends on Facebook, my friends on Instagram, Facebook, Instagram. And the name of the book is called The Art of the Start. The Art of the Start. This is quite an old book actually, but it's a really good book for you to start wrapping your head around. How do you build a team? How do you build a board? How can you potentially acquire a business? There's a lot of good gold nuggets in this book. So, I hope you guys got some value. Please do me a favor. If you learned something, if you got an aha moment, share this video. Tag at least one person. My commitment for 2021 is to spread as much light as possible and to help as many people as possible achieve their financial freedom, grow their businesses, grow their money, and live a healthier and happier life. So, guys, peace out. Be well. Stay safe. Next week, same time, same place. Ciao.